The beauty of using graphic design applications like Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign is that you have complete freedom in creating whatever you can imagine. Having no restrictions, however, can easily lead to making mistakes. Even seemingly harmless things like changing the color of your text can cause a lot of problem when your design gets printed. Join me to learn about some critical limitations you need to be familiar with when it comes to applying color to text. A general misunderstanding amongst graphic designers is that you can use whatever color you wish for your text. However, this is almost true. There's a couple of important things you have to pay attention to. First of all, you have to remember that everything that goes to print will be recreated by using the CMYK inks. And in traditional printing, each of these will be set up as separate plates, which will all individually generate the necessary amount of little dots. Now, for instance, in here, we can see that there was a slight misalignment between these plates, and that's why we can see the dots shifted slightly. But it is a great way to understand how the four plates are printed on top of each other. And the reason why this is important is because you can imagine if you are not using one of the plates at 100%, your text can easily end up being fuzzy or blurry, especially on smaller text like body copy. So when you're choosing color for your text, no matter whether it's heading, title, or body copy, make sure that at least one of the CMYK values is set to 100%. And in most cases, that would be the K value, which stands for black or the key color. And we can see how nicely that turned out in print. While on the other hand, if you are not using at least one of the plates on 100%, then you will end up producing this fuzzy or blurry text in print, even if there is no misalignment between the plates. So we are here in Illustrator and I have my color palette on the right. And for this text, for instance, I would like to use a color like this. Or maybe we can use the eyedropper and pick up one of these other colors. Now you can see that these values are needed to recreate that color in print. But since none of these are at 100%, you are risking, again, creating fuzzy text in print. But of course, if the selected text is a big title, so it's large enough, it will be less likely causing trouble. And similar to this, there's another thing that a lot of designers get wrong, and they start using rich black on body copy. That's again something you would want to avoid, because like in the previous example or in this one, you can see if you have multiple plates printing the same text, especially on small text, even the slightest misalignment between the plates will result in that fuzziness that I mentioned earlier. So don't get me wrong, using rich black is a great thing to really create full intense black in print, but it's not something I would use on my body copy. And just in case you are not familiar with rich black, let me show you the difference here in Illustrator. We have this object and all the other objects here using just normal black, or sometimes referred to true black, which is simply made up of 100% black ink and nothing from the other three colors. While rich black can be something like this, where you introduce additional ink on top of the black. So here we have 40% cyan, magenta, and yellow together with the 100% black. And you might think that this shape and the other details here look the same. You will be surprised when I move them on top of each other that you can actually tell the difference between them. Now this is by default not something you will see in Illustrator, but there is an option called Appearance of Black, which once you set to be displayed accurately, so instead of display all blacks as rich black, you have the all blacks accurately turned on. You will be able to see these even on screen, so it won't just actually make a difference in print. There are several different variations on rich black, so you can make it a bit warmer or cooler, depending how you balance the cyan, magenta, and yellow together with the black. But there's also one important thing you shouldn't forget, not to go over 300% with the total ink coverage. Because if you exceed that maximum ink coverage, there is a chance that not all of that ink will be absorbed properly by the paper, so you will end up having, again, blurry details or even stains. This is actually a feature you can find in InDesign if you go to the window menu. Under Output, Separations Preview, you can choose to view the ink limit. but you can see that by default it is set to 300%. But depending on the type of paper that you use, for instance, coated paper, you should actually go down to 280%. And any areas highlighted in red in the design can potentially cause problems. Also, don't forget that you can test your designs for color blindness both in Photoshop and Illustrator by going into the View menu and under Proof Setup, choose which type of color blindness you want to simulate. I'm going to use protanopia in this case, and then simply using the keyboard shortcut Command or Control Y, I can toggle between the simulated color blindness view and the normal view. So here we can see that this green and magenta combination is definitely not going to work well. So people with that particular type of color blindness might not even see the word bootcamp showing up here. So while being in this proof color setup, I can jump in here and maybe move this around a bit and find more contrast. Then jumping back, I can see the actual colors. If it looks good in both of these views, then it will most likely work in the other color blindness option as well. And as long as there is enough contrast again there on the text and important elements, then you can carry on working with that selected color palette. Thanks a lot for watching. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we release new videos. Click on the link on my right and start your membership today to get access to over 200 hours of training courses and personal mentoring by me and my team of creative professionals. Have fun learning, guys, and I will see you in the next one.